Hello, today I'll read Exodus chapter 39. In chapter 38 we saw the construction of the altar of burnt offering, basin and washing, the courtyard, and the material used for everything, for the sanctuary. And now let's see what's next. From the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, they made woven garments for ministering in the sanctuary. They also made sacred garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. They made the ephod of gold and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely twisted linen. They hammered out thin sheets of gold and cut strands to be worked into the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine linen. The same colors and materials. The work of a skilled craftsman. They made shoulder pieces for the ephod, which were attached to two of its corners, so it could be fastened. Its skillfully woven waistband was like it, of one piece with the ephod and made with gold, and with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and with finely twisted linen, as the Lord commanded Moses. They mounted the onyx stones in gold filigree settings and engraved them like a seal with the names of the sons of Israel. Then they fastened them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as memorial stones for the sons of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. Very interesting with those pieces of stones. There were no names on them. He could engrave names, 12 tribes, those 12 tribes, but each tribe had one piece of jewelry, of rock, as a symbol of his his own name. Each of them. They fashioned the brass piece, the work of a skilled craftsman. They made it like ephod of gold and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely twisted linen. It was square, a span long and a span wide, and folded double. A span long and a span wide. Then they mounted 4 rows of precious stones on it. In the first row there was a ruby for Reuben, a topaz for Simeon, and the beryl for Levi. If we put them into the how they were born, the list, in that list. In the second row, a turquoise, it's Judah. A sapphire, it's I don't remember. Let me Issachar, I think. Issachar. And an emerald. Next to Issachar is Zebulun. In the third row, Jachint, uh, I don't know if it's a her or Zebulun. I will check. Simeon and Levi, Judah, and then it's done. It's not Issachar, it's done. Sapphire, I think it's done. Emerald, it's Naphtali. And the third row, Jacint, an agate, and an amethyst. Jacint for Asher. No, for God. God. Agate for Asher. God, not God. God. Asher. And the next one is Issachar. Amethyst. So Jacint, God, Agate, Asher, Amethyst, Issachar. And in the fourth row, a chrysolite. Fourth row chrysolite. Zebulun is the next. And onyx. Onyx is the next is Dina, but Dina it was a girl. Next is Joseph. And chrysolite. onyx, and the jasper. Jasper is the last one, Benjamin. They were mounted in gold filigree settings. There were 12 stones, one for each of the names of the sons of Israel, each engraved like a seal with the name of one of the 12 tribes. It was engraved too, each of them. For the brass piece, they made braided chains of pure gold like a rope. They made 2 gold filigree settings and 2 gold rings, and fastened the rings to 2 of the corners of the brass piece. They fastened the 2 gold chains to the rings at the corners of the brass piece, and the other ends of the chains to the 2 settings, attaching them to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front. They made 2 gold rings and attached them to the other 2 corners of the brass piece on the inside edge next to the ephod. Then they made 2 more gold rings and attached them to the bottom of the shoulder pieces on the front of the ephod, close to the seam just above the waistband of the ephod. They tied the rings of the brass piece to the rings of the ephod with blue cord, connecting it to the waistband so that the brass piece would not swing out from the ephod, as the Lord commanded Moses. Very interesting. Let's continue. They made the robe of the ephod entirely of blue cloth, the work of a weaver, with an opening in the center of the robe like the opening of a collar, and a band around this opening so that it will not tear. They made an opening, it was like a hole, and they put it on their head. And a band around this opening so that it will not tear. They made pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted linen around the hem of the robe. And they made bars of, I think for that was that opening. They made pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted linen around the hem of the robe. And they made balls of pure gold and attached them around the hem between the pomegranates. The bells and pomegranates alternated around the hem of the robe to be worn for ministering as the Lord commanded Moses. For Aaron and his sons, they made tunics of fine linen, the work of a weaver, and the turban of fine linen, the linen headbands, and the undergarments of finely twisted linen. The sash was of finely twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, the work of embroiderer, as the Lord commanded Moses. They made the plate, the sacred diadem, out of pure gold, and engraved on it, like an inscription on a seal, "Holy to the Lord." Very nice. Then they fastened a blue cord to it to attach it to the turban, as the Lord commanded Moses. So until now everything was as the Lord commanded Moses. It was exactly. Let's continue. So all the work on the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, was completed. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord commanded Moses. Then they brought the tabernacle to Moses. The tent, it is very important to not put your fingerprint on God's work, and to do exactly everything just as the Lord has commanded. Then they brought the tabernacle to Moses, the tent and all its furnishings, its clasps, frames, crossbars, posts, and the bases. The covering of ram skin dyed red, the covering of hides of sea cows, and the shielding curtain, the ark of the testimony with its poles and the atonement cover, the table with all its articles, and the bread of the presence, the pure gold lampstand with its row of lamps and all its accessories, and the oil for the light, the gold altar, the anointing oil, the fragrant incense, and the curtain for the entrance to the tent, the bronze altar with its bronze grating, its poles and its utensils, the basin with its stand, the curtains of the courtyard with its posts and bases, and the curtain for the entrance to the courtyard, the ropes and tent pegs for the courtyard, all the furnishings for the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, and the woven garments worn for ministering in the sanctuary, both the sacred garments for Aaron the priest and the garments for his sons when serving as priests. The Israelites had done all the work just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Moses inspected the work and saw that they had done it just as the Lord had commanded. So Moses blessed them. It was a check, like God after his creation. He checked everything, and it was very interesting that because he created, why would he need a check to check again? That was the chapter. All those things were done, and in the next chapter it will be the setting up the tabernacle, and we will see what's next. Okay, what we can learn from here is to do everything God command us, but at first we must know what he really wants and what is his command. Yeah, may the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too. And if he wants, you will see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.